Ikoria spoilers have begun in earnest, and we have got confirmation of something we were pretty sure was going to happen from leaks, but it's no doubt super badass.
Yep, if you haven't been able to tell from the thumbnail, Godzilla is confirmed. We're going to go over that and some other amazing cards that have been spoiled from that universe, and the video starts right now.
Special thanks to our Patreon supporters who power our channel. Check out our Patreon for monthly giveaways, exclusive content, and even a starring role in our fan fight series. Link in the description below.
Hello and welcome to the day.
Thank you for spending your time with us.
I'm Jake.
I'm Joel. Welcome back to another episode of Jake and Joel Are Magic. We've got to talk about Godzilla in Ikoria, but first, go down there and hit that like button, that subscribe button. It really helps us out.
It's the best way to support the channel. Let's get into it. No reason to wait. We talked about Godzilla earlier. We made a video just a couple days ago when we saw a couple promos get opened that kind of didn't really make any sense to anybody, and now we see that Wizards of the Coast has partnered. Is that the right word for this?
Yeah, partnered. It's a licensing deal. They're already in a licensing deal with Toho International, who owns the Godzilla property. Yeah, so partnered is accurate.
Okay, so essentially what we have here are cards that, if you look below Godzilla King of the Monsters, you're going to see an alternate name. That is the regular base card from the set Ikoria. This is a special alternate art frame, and as of right now, it is unclear whether or not it is a box topper or if it's in the collector boosters, but collector boosters are confirmed. If you're interested in that, make sure you're subscribed because we have a video coming out about Ikoria collector boosters that you're gonna want to watch before you buy.
At time of shooting, we don't have quite yet all of them completely revealed. We have 5 that are awesome, and we're going to go through them today. I think it's important to note that the ones that we saw in the spoiler, in the leak, I guess I should say, Jake, those weren't completely real. Look at Godzilla, for instance. Godzilla is completely different from what we saw in the leak. People were complaining about it not being a legendary creature. Obviously.
Well, here it is.
Exactly. This is the real one. Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
But there must be, because there are, and I can only assume this, there are there are so few creatures in the Godzilla universe, there's so few kaiju, that we have actually seen a double up, and there is a uncommon Godzilla
that would be very cool
we saw in the previous video. So if you didn't see that video, we're gonna go ahead and put it in the cards. You can check it out. And make sure to look out for the video on the leak. You can check that out as well. But here we do have a legendary Gruul Godzilla King of the Monsters. Pretty neat.
It's so cool. As a creature, this isn't really a video to analyze them as cards. We just kind of wanted to talk about the licensing issue, because that is so... I mean, there's a lot of different takes on it, but to me, it's very cool that we can license creatures. It seems like so far, especially since this is a set based around giant monsters, and they've licensed a kaiju property, that it has to do with the cards, the set itself. We can't get, Power Rangers in this set or Transformers in this set. If they want to license material like that down the road, maybe there's some kind of weird mechanical artifacts return to Kaladesh kind of set that we could get Transformers for. Maybe, like I speculated in the spoiler in the leak video, maybe we get Allies Power Rangers for a Zendikar set, things like that. It seems like it does need to pertain to the actual set's lore and mechanics or something, but this is full confirmation. I mean, look at Godzilla.
And I think that you bring up a good point, and that's one of my concerns moving forward, is we don't want these promotional things to start to influence the design of a set. I think in this instance, Godzilla happened to be kind of like the emphasis of what Ikoria was, so it was a perfect pairing. But moving forward, we don't want to see like a set that's like, oh, this is a set where all of the vehicles that you ride transform into something else, because then we're teetering into this is just insane and stupid versus, hey, this is a really neat happenstance that just happens to, it's just serendipitous. It's like, cool, Godzilla is actually like what we have going on here.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's also important to think about the idea that this is completely set related. This is not a secret layer. This is absolutely part of the set itself. But
now, that doesn't say that there won't be a secret layer.
No,
obviously.
That's what I'm saying. I think that, honestly, with this licensing deal, like it is, or like it seems to be, where we've got this brand new title block. Look at Mothra. This is another one. Mothra Supersonic Queen. Notable that it's not legendary, so you can't build a deck around Mothra, EDH deck around Mothra. But very cool. You can have 4 Mothras in your deck, in your standard deck if you want to. The title block is my point. Mothra Supersonic Queen, right under it is the real title of the card. The licensing deal can go as wide as they possibly want it to go. And we could have a Secret Layer Avengers, Secret Layer DC Universe. You know, that is how they would get around making cards that were definitely set and lore and plane related. They can just make, pick 5 Avengers, one that represents Captain America, Black Panther, Iron Man, whatever they think is the closest for commanders, because commanders will buy commander players will buy essentially officially licensed proxies, right? Exactly.
Yeah, people, and it's really funny, but I remember looking on eBay, and I actually saw like a proxy of Donald Trump that was like this crazy card, and it was just like, I don't know, it had like 1,300 copies sold, and it was a proxy.
Exactly.
It was a proxy.
People will buy these things. People want to bling. If there's anything that's been proven time and time again, people want to bling out their EDH decks. People want to bling out their decks that will last. Their decks that cards aren't going to get banned from. They're, forever decks, essentially. Look at Ghidorah, King of the Cosmos. This is so dope. They put Godzilla's archenemy on a card. Look at this. We got Rodon, Titan of Winged Fury. Pterodactyl sprouting up from the mountains here. As a proxy, essentially, of Vodrok, Apex of Thunder. This is just such a cool thing to me.
And if you don't know what Mutate is, you can go check out the other video that we just did. But what Mutate is essentially when you play this, it mutates on top of the creature before it. So if you have a creature on the battlefield, you can play this card on top of that creature, and then this card gains all abilities of that creature that it mutated onto. And then some cards that you mutate onto have abilities that say, when this mutates, do this. So this is a really interesting new mechanic, and you might be thinking, oh my gosh, I want to mutate Rodin onto Invisible Stalker. Well, here's the thing, you can't, because Invisible Stalker is a human, and humans are the only creature types that cannot mutate, as their genes are simply too weak to withstand the pressure of mutation.
I am firmly in the camp of very excited about this, as long as we don't go overboard like you were talking about, Jake. It needs to make sense.
We don't want to push something into a licensing deal. We don't want that to influence
so far Wizards has proven that they won't sell out like that. I think that this has only come to light because it made sense with a property that they were already partnered with. It made sense with a set that they were already planning, and now has completely kicked the door in and said, how does licensing work, guys? Let's get to it. Let's figure this out. Like I said, it needs to coincide with the set, with the lore, with the mechanics that are already being developed. Let's not top down a development, idea for a set from the Power Rangers property, for instance. But if you think that license fits into something you're already doing, make cards. You know how excited I was to see that we had Gigan as a card? This is, okay, so I don't have a translation card of this one yet.
But this is the Demon Kraken.
Yeah, exactly. This is the Demon Kraken Jake was talking about in one of the early preview episodes. And this can be your companion. Companion is another new mechanic from the set. If you haven't seen it yet, the quick and dirty of it is it can be in your sideboard if it's a standard card and it's got some kind of build around directions, or it's your 101st card in Commander. You can cast it once from your sideboard or as your 101st card off to the side in Commander, and then it becomes just a regular creature in the game. It goes to the graveyard as normal, it gets bounced to your hand as normal. It doesn't go back to that amorphous, undefined zone where companions live. But Gigan, from a licensing standpoint, Gigan is like the most brutal, badass Godzilla villain. It's so crazy that you can have Gigan as your companion. You can play Gigan as your general. Look at that, Creatura Legendaria. I mean, that's that, and you've got Compañero down there. I mean, it's just, I'm very excited about this, the opportunities that this opens, and I for one look forward to Secret Lair Marvel because I want to build Iron Man as a commander.
If you ever think that Wizards of the Coast and Marvel can get together, I don't know. It could happen.
They would charge way too much. Look, that is pretty much what we've got to say about the licensing opportunity here. It's so cool that it's confirmed to me. Jake, what are your final thoughts?
I want to know what your favorite thing, what is the big cross-promotional thing that you want Wizards of the Coast to do, and what direction do you think that they could take it in to make it fit within the Magic the Gathering universe?
So far, officially, we've had two properties that are very similar to each other, My Little Pony and Godzilla. And so, we're going down a very specific path here, so I guess we'll see what's next,
Yeah, I guess we will.
If you like the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. That lets us know you're watching. If you want to support us further, we have a Patreon. The link is down in the description below. And if you want to hang out with us, we're streaming on Twitch Tuesdays and Thursdays. Jake, I'm tapped out.
All right, goodbye.
Goodbye.